Welcome, beautiful souls. So, it is Kathleen from Awakening Meraki, and I have jumped on here very impromptu with Luna. She's been at the groomers today. Actually, we both have been at the groomers today, and she has her jumper because it's winter and it's a bit chilly. Anyway, it's the first time I've pulled this jumper out for her, and as soon as she saw it, she came running over and she was like, I am all good with the jumper. Anyway, so why am I on here? Because I want to share a story. And this story is something that, the reason why I want to share this story is because this journey is very predestined. It is planned. Your soul knows what's going on. And so this story goes like this. So back in 2019, when I was a hot mess on the floor, not long after my marriage ended, and I took a trip. There's two things that I did. I went to Thailand with one of my siblings, and when I was there, I was so drawn to watching this dance at a show we went to, but I was like really drawn to it. And it was to do with Shakti and Shiva. Had no idea what that meant, didn't know anything, didn't just enjoyed the dance, right? This costume dance that I was watching. Anyway, fast forward a couple of months, so we came back from that trip, and not long after that trip, like when I say not long, I mean like a week, I went into work and I broke down and I just needed to take time out. So I took 6 months off work. And through that process, I decided to go, bugger this, I'm going to go to Bali. So I took my daughters to Bali. So the three of us went off to Bali. And when I was there, I was so drawn to these two ornaments, which are very out of character for me to be drawn to, but I was insistent on bringing these ornaments home. And I've put the ornaments on the thumbnail of this, and I will share what these ornaments are. What do you know? What did I buy in Bali? Shakti and Shiva. Don't mind my dodgy nail. Got the nail, just not the colour. Anyway, major life issues going on over here in New Zealand with my nails. But anyway, what I wanted to say is the reason why I'm sharing this is it was probably about 18 months ago when I looked at those two ornaments and I went, oh my God. No wonder I was so bloody drawn to them. The thing is, and they've been like this thing that I've been quite precious over. It's kind of weird. And they're not even like expensive or anything, but it was just important to me. So, fast forward, we all know why I bought those things, because my soul was calling me. You see, I am a firm believer that this journey is all about polarity. It's about the merging of your two energies. It is about your Shakti awakening, and your Shakti energy needs to ignite and find wholeness and balance her own inner Shiva and Shakti energy. And while that's going on, the Shiva energy in the other body goes back to sleep, goes back into their subconscious and has a little snooze. And I know I'm sounding very humorous because we know it's not funny, but when it first happens, but that's what happens until you radiate, until you get into your beautiful radiance, till you've merged those two polarities. And I had the most phenomenal, I've had some pretty trippy experiences on this journey, but holy shit is the only words that I can say. I had the most incredible experience on the weekend. So I don't know what happened at the Feminine Code workshop that I did, but there's been a lot happening, not just for me, but for a few others that joined that. Maybe coincidental, I don't know, probably not. But anyway, my beautiful masculine, energetic, I'm talking here, came in and I felt his hands on my hands, like proper hands, energetic hands, and just his whole body just sweep around me and squeeze me so tightly that it was slightly uncomfortable. But this journey is just blows my mind. Like, I think, oh yeah, I can't learn anymore, and then blow me down, I learn bloody more. I mean, I've been interacting at this level energetically for a really, really long time. But you see, the body of the masculine is not really what you think it is, as is my body. We really are just on, we've put a suit on, essentially. And what this journey is about is releasing all those masks that we've put up. But it really is about you learning about your two energies and integrating them. And because they've been out of balance, they've been completely and utterly out of balance. That's why we are thrown into chaos. That's why we behave in strange ways. We start doing weird things. You've got to learn about the energy. It's interesting, this journey, because I think, there's different perspectives on it. And here's what I will say to that. We all come in here differently. This is not a cookie cutter approach, right? But there is definitely one underlying theme, and that's the energy. You've got to focus on the energy. It doesn't matter what's playing in the physical world. You've got to focus on the energy and learn to do the shadow work and release those shadows. Release that needy, wanting, desperate energy. And, it's really interesting, and this is not a judgment, because believe me, I have been there. But when I work with people that are really early on in this journey now, I find the energy really hard. I really struggle with it. And it's because I'm completely out of it. And you realize how repelling it is. And so please don't, this is not a judgment, because I was in that energy. And I want to help people get out of that energy, and you can. And the stupid thing is we don't even know when we're in it and we're cycling in it. We don't even know that we're in it, right? And it's not until you're out of it and you're in peace and just feeling beautiful and radiant and whatever else you feel, you're like, oh, I'm never, ever going back into that energy ever again. And you won't, because not once you really go inwards. This journey is about the merging of those polarities. I have been very transparent about how I have been really blessed to see these two energies. Now, because my consciousness is so, so expanded. It's just incredible. The divine masculine, the masculine energy is incredible. You are one being. And you're made up of masculine and feminine energy, and that's who you are at your core essence. And this is a live being, more live than our bodies are. And like that experience I had on the weekend, I mean, it was just next level. I can't even put it into words. It was so powerful and so incredible. And I just experienced, I've done a bit of astral projecting, not by choice, and I try not to, because I don't like it. But this was two polarizing energies coming in at full force. It was like a flippin' jet plane. And, I was trying to have a sleep. That's what I was trying to do. I was actually having a nap. And no. Mr. Masculine's like, I don't think so. And it's just incredible. It's really, really incredible. So, this journey is very much about the masculine and feminine energy. The Shakti and Shiva story is very much alive on the twin flame journey, for sure. I've no doubt about that. These ornaments that I purchased, not something I would normally buy. And yeah, they are they were a representation of what was to come, but I had no idea. When you are balanced and you're centered and you're in your divinity and you've got those, you've really collapsed that separation, all that anxiety, that fear, that lack, that limitation, you feel incredible, and your life truly, truly shifts in the most phenomenal ways. I had the pleasure on the weekend to host the Feminine Code with my beautiful friend Nick, who did some light language. It was aimed at women, and it was amazing. I think we had at least 25 people on there, and the feedback's been amazing. And we will run more of these, but it was such a beautiful experience to just work with people all around the world and just come together and see these women just really learning about their feminine energy. And this had nothing to do with twin flames, by the way. It was aimed at women to really connect in with their feminine energy. Obviously, a lot of people that are on this journey joined, but not everyone did. You know, I have a few people that I know personally that joined and were just blown away by it and really starting to go, holy crap, I had no idea I was in such heavy masculine energy, chasing these men. This was a woman chasing men around and just falling into these crazy relationships. And then she's looking at it, because part of it too was like, well, how is that showing up in the workplace, in your family life, you know, with your kids and so forth. Like, it was really cool. So anyway, I just wanted to share that story. And I guess, you know, I get a lot of emails from people just really, you know, they're just in that desperate energy, needing help. And I totally get it. I really, really have a lot of empathy. It's a really scary journey at the beginning, because you feel like you're losing control. But here's the thing, you never had control to begin with. That was all an illusion, and it's the illusion that's falling away, and it's that illusion that's very, very uncomfortable. But when you really pull your energy back and just focus on yourself, come into your radiance, come into that beautiful soul frequency, that abundance frequency, everything shifts, everything shifts. And when the feminine polarity is really stable, you know, your masculine is then ignited on this journey, and they go through their process. And it's really important to honor and give the space and respect that they need, just like you needed. And just, come into this knowing that this is part of the journey. You know, it's not just about the one body, it's about their body, it's about the soul. It's about the soul's expansion and evolution and growth. And you have to look at this through the lens of the soul. And I know that that's incredibly challenging. But at some point on this journey, you do come into resonance that you're not this human body, that there's so much more to you, and that the soul, you've got to come from the perspective of the soul. And so when you try and lower this into the physical world, this connection, it kind of bastardizes it quite a bit. It's so much more. It's so much more. It's very, very sacred. It's very, very deep. It's very, very beautiful. And it's the coming, you know, two people coming home, essentially, to who they are, without all those masks, without all the programming, without all the conditioning. Anyway, I just wanted to share my little story. I guess I wanted to share it just to say this was always on the plan. You couldn't have avoided this. You can't run from it. It's going to chase you. Let's put it that way. The soul's going to chase you. The more you avoid and run away and try and hide and, you know, curse and swear about the masculine and their behavior and all that kind of stuff, the soul's just going to chase you. And it's going to get bloody uncomfortable until you start confronting and turning around and going inwards. This is an inward journey, not an outward one, right? It's an inward journey. You have to come inwards. You've got to get to know yourself. And what that means is getting to know those parts that have been hidden, both the shadow and the light, the beauty, the magic. That's what's trying to pierce through here. But it can't, because the shadow is clouding everything. So this is a gift. It really is a gift. I know it's uncomfortable, but it is honestly a gift. It is something that you should be very honored to be on, but you must make this journey about yourself. And you must come into resonance at some point that this is so much more sacred. It's the dance of these two stunning energies. You are a beautiful feminine and masculine being, and they are real. They have faces, they have hands and arms and genitals and the whole whole thing. Trust me, you feel it all on this journey, all energetically. And so when you focus on the energy and not the physical, and realize that everything is energy, then it becomes a lot easier for you. Anyway, if you need some help and support, I have lots of tools and resources to support people. I know firsthand how challenging it is to navigate the waters of this journey, but I equally know what it's like to be on the other side and in this beautiful energy and just living your best life and radiating and in purpose. Your purpose is a big component of this journey. In fact, if anything, I feel it's bigger than anything. I think it's probably one of the most important things of this journey. It really does come online when when you're really radiating. Anyway, as always, hope you enjoyed my story and sending so much love.